my first objective is to be able to qualify to this round, to this second round. This is for me a first win. The second win now is to be to beat one of these top 5. You know, in this kind of this is not a long-term championship. We are now at the knockout stages, so we will try to move into the various stages by scoring goals and avoiding to concede goals. But I think that what you have proposed so far as game, we need to score more goals. But we remain calm, and we are aware that there is a room for improvement in our game. And this is what makes it more interesting. There's room for improvement. Thank you very much, Pascal Mangala, for Mumbashi Radio. This is the Afcon of surprises. Is this your feeling too? You are not going to play against Guinea. On paper, you are top-notch, you are favorite. Does it give you more motivation to seek for more victory? Are you going to play with humility and respect for your opponent? As you started this game, of course, this is an Afcon of surprises, because these top-notch teams were all good teams. We can mention Angola. We played against them twice in friendly matches, and we are not surprised to see them at this level. All countries are doing their best efforts, so they are trying to upgrade the African football. Thereafter, being a favorite against Guinea, I do not consider my team as being favorite against Guinea, because this is a good team, a very, very nice team. We have players who play in high-ranking teams, so we'll be having a game plan by dwelling on our strengths and making sure that we address our weaknesses, because I think that this Guinea team is very, very full of quality. They made very good matches. They played very good matches. It's up to us to show humility, because we still have rooms for improvement. As you mentioned, we have rooms for progression. Even though we are aware that we have strengths, we still can. We are sure that we can overcome. We can move forward. Good afternoon, Sébastien. Canal Plus, Vincent. You qualify for the quarterfinals after your win of shootouts against Egypt. Well, what's the place of this success in the rebuilding of your team? Of course, this is a great time, a turning point for us, as regarding not only as regards this competition, but as regards this kind of opponent you have. You know, even Morocco has not left. So we know that we can play against the biggest teams in Africa. Of course, this shootout, penalty shootout, also requires work downstream, be it through assessing videos, reviewing videos, or playing on the pitch, and making sure that we succeed, and also relying on our luck and chances. I am actually Mr. Coach, I saw you play in the first round, particularly this match against Egypt and against Morocco. I remember what you told us during an interview we had in Douala. This project you were talking about, you are trying to implement. Have you achieved it fully now? Or do you believe that you can move ahead again, or this is just a bonus in this Afcon? No, we did it before. We wanted to perform high during Afcon. We are ranking 13 in Africa ranking right now. So we were being asked what is the objective for this Afcon. So I told everybody that I wanted to perform high with my team. We expect that we can make it. This is what is going on. then this is a tournament we have taken off. We have now to prove our ambition. We must be more ambitious because we are just 2 steps away from the final. So we are going to play a tough match against Guinea because let me repeat myself, Guinea is a very, very good team with a nice game, and thereafter we are not going to change everything overnight. There are things you cannot improve, but we need this kind of competition. But we know that we'll be very strong. We'll be stronger for next competitions. But we are still on a way to improve our delivery because there are areas where we are not at the level I want the team to be, and where the team has the ability to achieve or to reach.
Coach, the win against Egypt was the first knockout game that the Leopards won since 2015, basically when they made it to the semi-finals and finished third. But we have not seen the Leopards winning in open play in regulation time. Should we expect something different rather than maybe waiting for the extra time and maybe penalties? Should we expect for something different against Guinea when you play tomorrow? Thank you very much.
Match contre la Guinée demain.
I say that in fact the competition is a competition. It's not the game to win. We put a plan to win the game every time, okay? But we create a lot of chances to score, but unfortunately it's not. But for tomorrow, we want to play a good football, good offensive football, and score 1 goal more of than opponent, you know. And after the competition offers the prolongation, the extra time, and the penalty, and after the mental need to switch for these penalties. And I think the last game against Egypt, we stay calm, focus on the penalty, and we win. And I like for my players, but I'm very proud of my players because they serve to win against Egypt. Thank you.
Question for the player.
Oui, bonjour Hervé.
My question to Gédéon. Gédéon, what was the impact of a player like Chancel Mbemba in the pitch in your group? A player like Chancel makes a lot of difference, a huge difference. I am lucky to be with him and to be close with to him in the pitch. Of course, he has a lot of good advice to share with you, tactically, technically, and position-wise. So, of course, this is quite nourishing to working with a team, with a player like Chancel, with a lot of humility and calm, and a lot of demand as well. But we are very demanding towards ourselves. We have players like him who represent a kind of value addition, a kind of difference that allows us to be more demanding towards ourselves. So Timen has this, Chancel has this in himself, and this is quite useful. Martin Gasquet from RFA, welcome to Abidjan. From San Pedro. A question, you have a very stable defense. We have Gédéon, Chancel Mbemba, who played all the time, all the full time of this Afcon with your team. It's very precious to have such reliable players. Gédéon, you came to this team since 2020. Please tell us a bit this presence, this continuous presence in the team. Of course, we didn't have a lot of tools. We didn't make a lot of change defensive-wise, but in the central axis, we made some changes to ensure tactical equilibrium, tactical balance in the team. But we also have teams that can help address the absence of certain and to complement others. But tactically, we decided to move as little as possible to have balance in particular defense level, because we also have to prepare our free kick playing. For instance, you have players who can do all the matches, play all the matches. So we have a basis But reality here is that for some time now, we concede minimum goals. I think the last one was against Sudan, the other one against Morocco, against Zambia. And, so we have some balance that represents our strength and our confidence. But I believe that if, just as our various recent matches we had, we have this Kayembe who supplemented, who substituted Kayembe. We have a lot of possibilities to remain stable, to have a stable defense during this Afcon. Mr. Coach, good afternoon. I'm Jean-Yves Kam from Pan-African newspaper from CAOCH. You are quite prepared this intense match, and you recognize the quality of this Guinea team. You believe that physically your players can withstand this game. We have reached the quarterfinals, having in mind having benefited from 2 or 3 days recovery days. So we have 2 days of recovery from Congo. Then we have we played against Egypt with 3 days recovery, whereas other countries have 5 days. So now we have 4 days recovery, and this provides us with some fresh air. So we are hopeful. We saw this during the training yesterday. We can feel this in the group. No, we won't have any physical issue as compared to the opponents anyway. Of course, we can have a series of matches, but we have no. After this win against Egypt, we also have time to recover. Tyson Gombele is from DRC. Mr. Coach, my question has to do with your tactical identity. You have 3-3-3. That's a plan game. Since the inception of the game, you are using this same lineup. What if your opponent changed? Even when your opponent presents a game that requires change, you still keep this same lineup. Against Egypt, we saw how Fiston Kalembe was moving front, Makambu to play 4-4-2. I think this would have been more beneficial to you rather than going to the penalty shootout. Why don't you change your lineup? Good things to ask this question. You know, game systems are quite different. These are animation, constant animation in the systems. This means that we can defend in a certain way, we can attack in a certain fashion, because we would attack using 3 strikers. Then in a certain compound of a game, you have things that can happen. So we as managers, as coaches, we have ability to see this and to implement, and this is what makes us different from the other coaches. As regards the extra time, of course, we didn't leave just 1 striker. We had 2 strikers because we got Silas in the game to help. But you don't need to assess things in a particular competition by focusing on a particular angle or using your journalist lenses. You can have hybrid games just like Senegal. You can see that they would all attack and all defend. It's quite difficult to put such a game in place, such a system in place. We can explain it anyway, but this is one of the answers I can provide. The second one is even if we had 2 strikers, we put 2 strikers in, we don't know what would have happened. You must be lucid enough. I don't know the future. I cannot read the future. Maybe we would have gotten 2 strikers and conceded 5 goals against Egypt. But the fact is, when we did these changes, we eventually win during the shootout. I'm Kadiatou Traoré from National Guinea Television. Mr. Coach, what do you say about the exits or this interview given by your player saying that Guinea, this DRC never won against Guinea. Are you not afraid that Guinea won your team or wins your team? I think this is part of humility instead. When I hear you right today, statistics and numbers are to be challenged, are to be questioned. You know, we didn't win. Well, we didn't beat Egypt over the past 50 days in Afcon. So you just use the strengths and the weaknesses of the time. This time, of the moment, to maybe right now there are things going on in this Guinea team, and I think they can use it, they can validate it. I know Guinea right because it's a central defender, Ibrahim, when he was selected to play for the national team. So I know this player, I know well this team. We must commend the work done by Kaba and the tactical discipline they are showing in the field. This is one of the teams that have good, very high gameplay. We know their capacities. If we could do a good match, a good game, and win, since we know that Guinea also has their chances, and this is what makes the game beautiful, tomorrow's game beautiful. When you look at the players on the pitch, from the side of Guinea, from the side of DRC, of course, everybody complies with what is set out. So as a coach, having scrutinized them, having reviewed and assessed their capacities, I know what they can tactically. Thank you very much, Coach. Emmanuel Robert Mara, Media Sports Info, Canal 41, Canal Douala, which you know as well. Cotton Score from Garwa. What do you think about Cedric Bakambo? Because we know that this is a killer in the penalty box. But sometimes, even if he is not able to score, at least he provides good opportunities for his teammates. So what do you... what I gave him as instruction is that he does what he knows best, what he does best over these past years, to impact on the strike line by creating spaces for his teammates. The goal against Zambia, he is an example. He didn't score the goal, but at least he create rooms for his teammate to score. He did same against Mauritania. So I think that Cedric is a God-given opportunity for us because this is a team. Of course, he hasn't played much, but he works a lot, and I know that he will be very important for us tomorrow. Albert Mbaya for Airtouch Mbulumbashi, DRC. Mr. Coach, you said you always praise your group, your team. You said that you have exceptional players, exceptional boys. You have an exceptional team. You just mentioned your efficiency in defense. But I am a bit concerned regarding the finishing. Because I remember since your game against Sudan, if you didn't score against Burkina Faso, neither against Egypt. Is this not a concern for you? My last question to Gideon, no, just a question per journalist. Just a question, one question. Thank you, Coach. Anyway, we know that when you have a competition like Afcon, there is no easy match at all. So, easy match, I don't know what it means. Or you go in the pitch, you can score 4 goals or be beaten 4 goals or 4-0. I don't know. At this high level, I don't know any easy game. In particular, against a team that was not present at the last Afcon, but who has made progress. and also we have compound of the games which needs improvement. I would be more concerned if we didn't create opportunities. But I don't think that Guinea scored more goals than us over the 4 matches. But we were able to score at all games. Against Tanzania, of course, we didn't score, but we scored more than Guinea. Of course, we all want to score, and so that the public would say, at least today we made it. But today, now matches are played based on small details with big stakes. So we need to score the goal that will lead us to victory, and mainly for qualification. Thank you very much, Coach. Thank you all. Gedeon, thank you.